I agree. First of all, listen, if you're 18 and over, you can make your own decisions.
Yeah.
But this is the problem I have is that I don't know anybody anywhere that had a problem with pornography that saw it after 18 years old. I mean, I was 11,
Yeah.
when I was exposed. You know, I've talked, to my own kids, and they were like, "Hey, we were very young when we saw this." And right now, when you look at accessibility with the phones and the different apps, I mean, it's wild. Even what you can see just on Twitter, because Twitter doesn't have any kind of blocking. You can put anything out there on there. And it, I want to address this right now. I mean, what do you think this is doing to the next generation that is technologically savvy, that's
Hmm.
savvier than their parents? Let's say you do put blocks up on
Yeah.
your computers, but they can find ways to access this through their phones, through there's always, workarounds that they can get to. What do you see happening in this next generation with this kind of issue?
Well, we've been talking for decades, quite honestly, that we had a tsunami of problems coming with sex addiction. When the internet first came out and sexual content was first on there, we saw a market shift in the people that we were seeing coming into our programs dealing with sex addiction. It went from people who went from their first kind of struggles with compulsive sexual behavior to all out significant problems with major consequences. And that process would usually go over 5, 10, 15 years.
Mm,
And we started seeing that progression happening in as little as 3 to 6 months. And that was, not uncommon. There's so much evidence that we have that the teenage brain, the adolescent brain, is developing and changing so rapidly, and that when the adolescent and teenage brain is exposed to addictive processes, that it is so much more vulnerable to that becoming an addictive pattern for them. We've seen that with nicotine. We've
mm,
seen that with alcohol.
yeah.
We've seen that with gambling. We're seeing it with pornography and sexual behavior. And pornography is often that gateway into other sexual behaviors. But we see it, and unless we continue to lean into appropriate age verification, and let's not fool ourselves, age verification doesn't mean that no teenager or no adolescent anywhere is ever going to see this.
Right,
We're not saying that it's going to be perfect,
right.
but let's at least make it you know, difficult or challenging or less easy. Because right now it's check a box to say that you're this age.
Hmm.
Okay, what 16-year-old or 15-year-old that wants to see porn is going to say no?
Hmm. Yep.
So let's at least make it more difficult because without that, we are literally giving adolescents and teenagers unfettered access to a product that has the potential to be addictive, and it's wiring their brains to be addicted to this. And we are setting up the whole next generation to have all kinds of compulsive problems around sexuality, which doesn't only just lead to compulsive sexuality, it also leads to issues with relationships, issues with sexual functioning, issues with ideas about what a sexual relationship entails, what healthy sexuality entails.